Hi babe, hi friend. Welcome to Curated Temperance Messages. These messages are specially curated to help you break out of perceived limitations, so I hope this message suits you well. I don't know what's going on here, okay? But let's just see a little bit, alright? I had been trying to do some freshening up because of all of these ethereal events taking place here. So I can tell you right now, we're working on some retrogrades, okay? Chiron is in retrograde. Chiron is a comet, not a planet. But Chiron is in retrograde, Neptune is in retrograde, Pluto is in retrograde, Uranus just went into retrograde, okay? Most of the energy is Aries offsetting, okay? Which is a lot about karma. And if you are familiar with my original YouTube channel that's still up there, 𝒤𝓂𝒶𝓏𝓇𝑜𝓃, that's what's been going on over there. So over here, I've just been trying to keep the vibe more fresh and calm, honey. Because, man, and then also, too, we are in the middle of eclipse season. So, like, everything is, like, just coming all at once, you know? And, yeah. So, I'm trying to see what's going on, really. So, let's get in with the Ancestor deck. See what we can get up here. See what's going to be taking place. See how the energy is feeling here. If you like any of this content, please like, share, and subscribe. Turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out. So let's see what the ancestors are ringing in here. What's the focus? There could be a shift taking place here, okay? All right, so there's a new idea. Could be the shift that I just mentioned, okay? So the shift in perspective, that could be very significant here. This shift in perspective may be very important around this time as well. All right, I feel like somebody has been facing a lot of challenges, okay? Maybe the shift in perspective also has something to do with ending something. A hard decision on what to end in one's life, okay? Because 1010 is up here. Ending a cycle. There's a cycle that's coming to a sudden close here. This could have been around family or community even. This could have even been around third-party things. Someone could be letting go of third-party things. Or, yeah, that's what it feels like. Somebody letting go of third-party trilogies. Okay? I feel like here as well, like, because there's another energy coming through here. There's this factor of hanging up a motive or an addiction, okay? Maybe the addiction could be to people, energy. Somebody may get a ego or a high off of certain types of connectivities that they have with people, or the way that they felt. I just heard blowing up someone's head. So for some of you, this feels like someone's head could have been blew up here. And maybe at this point too, everything just suddenly shifted here. This also feels like too, somebody is willing to participate in whatever is going on energetically here. But it's like, yeah, it's a change in perspective here. Now they want to go with something after kind of being non-cooperative. And maybe even too, it took for you to have to stand your ground. But you shouldn't have to keep standing your ground and you know, riling up all the time in order for things to be set straight. But it's like someone is willing to participate in something a certain way because it's the only thing that they could do, possibly. Somebody could be wounded here. Somebody could be burdened even. That could be why they want to participate with something in a certain way. They could be burdened with the way that a cycle closed out. Maybe if this has something to do with you, they wanted to find any reason possible to not take accountability for the part that they played in something. But if there is a third party factor in this, it's like the third party factors could be seeing something exactly for what it is. And this could really be the equalizing factor in everything. Like, it's only right, it's only fair, you know. Yeah. Now, someone may have some family members that are blocked, or someone may have blocked some family members. This could be you or whoever this energy is. There are some family members that are blocked here. They're under judgment, okay? This could be a feminine energy that has blocked some family members, or this could be someone that has blocked the divine feminine, or some family members told someone to block a divine feminine. There's so much energy coming off of there. But it's like maybe these third parties told someone to block a divine feminine here, and it was out of an egotistical type of judgment call or something, or a misjudgment or a miscomprehension here. And it's like there's a realization, a perspective change taking place around why it shouldn't have been done, or what the motive was behind such a irrational decision here, okay? And it was like somebody possibly didn't want to admit why a cycle got closed, or why time ran out for them. But someone has ran out of time here, and that now it's like they're trying to shift the perspective, okay? Somebody's having a tower here, okay? They are having this thing of like, pretty much, the results of their reality of what they chose to do. If somebody thought the grass was greener somewhere else, okay? Got an airplane, okay? Somebody thought the grass was greener here. And I feel like even here, there's like a component where you could have been trying to protect your peace anyways. So there's something about protecting your peace, and then there's another vindictive side, okay? Somebody could be double-minded even. Yep, there's divine feminine coming out. Wow. Because it was like they could have been trying to flip a narrative and make it out like the divine feminine was the problem. Okay, when divine feminine was the placeholder, not the problem, the placeholder. So if they did try to flip a narrative about something here, there's a huge perspective change that's taking place here. But it's got a lot to do with them needing to close out certain cycles with third parties or family or something of that nature. Somebody may also see why divine feminine handled something a certain way. So it kind of goes where, if divine feminine was supposed to be misjudged for the way that she went about something, or the way that she handled something here, it still equals up to a victory, because it was the most thought out position to be able to handle, okay? I'm sorry, my words are like everywhere, honey. That's why somebody wants to go along with something, because they see the benefit in that now. They see the benefit in what divine feminine was deciding to do, how she was deciding to move, what she was doing to protect her peace, how she was staying vigilant, allowing herself to really be set free. And looking at the bigger picture here, it's because there was cycles that were closing, or even like divine feminine just made a choice in her life for certain things a certain way, and proceeded to orchestrate for her own alignment, okay? And so someone, or these energies or these people, are feeling some type of way because they are no longer in alignment here. And all this chatter, it kind of resonates with the last reading I did on this channel. I don't remember what it's called, but I think it's the last video, the last couple videos, kind of this rotating story about people not being in alignment with this new timeline here, because they were not willing to grow or to even adapt to the changes that were taking place here. Okay, if you don't grow, you can't go. That's what I just heard. Yeah, it's almost here too, like maybe Divine Feminine was supposed to be looking like she would regret her choice. And so if somebody did try to flip the narrative and put her on the other side of the fence here, it was because they were expecting for her to come back, or expecting for her to face a lot of losses here. Now there is a third party here that is facing a lot of losses here. Okay, a lot of regret, a lot of losses, a lot of delay, a lot of confusion even. It's like these third party energies is realizing what someone has done to keep them in confusion about the truth of what something was here. All right, so that's being illuminated here. And it's as though that's kind of what the time loop is recalling here in this energy. Okay, so closed cycles, except for because these things are expired, now it's like a review. Okay, so a review, and there's a lot of betrayal here that's being found out about. Someone could even be realizing that they were part of a betrayal even, and some type of hasty decision making against someone's ability to fend for themselves or stand in their truth even. Okay, ooh, yeah, honey, yeah. Okay, yeah. They tried to get away. They tried to get away with a narrative that would help them bounce back in a way, because it feels like somebody was doing something as like an opportunistic type of way, just something that'll benefit them. It didn't really matter what it would have done to Divine Feminine or whatever. Somebody's job is blocked, or somebody could have been trying to get a Divine Feminine to stop the type of work, or to stop what she was working on as like a form of a distraction, or to confuse her about what someone was doing behind the scenes here. Okay, whoever this third party energy is here, they realize something. They're coming to realize something here. They could even be realizing what some type of family members were doing. What were the family members doing? The people that were involved, what was going on? This literally feels like investigation. Like it's an investigation, except for it's the aftermath. That's what it feels like, the aftermath. Thank you, ancestors. Aftermath. So, and somebody could have been thinking that they had the opportunity or the right to stop a Divine Feminine's 10 of Pentacles or 10 of Cups, okay? If we're talking about the aftermath, it's like somebody was trying to come up with some type of way to create confusion just so that it would be enough to stop a Divine Feminine from focusing on her happiness here. This energy feels like somebody never wanted to be involved in this. Yeah, wow. That just fell in the reverse. They never wanted to be involved. They didn't want to be involved in going up against a Divine Feminine. Karma. OMG, Spirit. Yeah, because an illusion was casted. And somebody could have been saying, like, don't work with divine feminine, don't work with divine feminine, because they could have been trying to put a divine feminine in this distorted energy. Divine feminine was supposed to be in some type of distorted energy to make it to where opportunities would not be available to her, or nobody will want to work with her, nobody will believe her, or even she is falsified. The way she's earned something is fabricated or something of the nature. But yeah, and there's this energy here too where someone may not want to work with divine feminine. They didn't want to because it was the issue of them having to put in honest work, okay? It was just about honest work, and somebody was more thinking about short-term wins instead of long-term victory, okay? Yeah, somebody just was just trying to win some type of stable offer at all costs here. This also feels like here too, whoever is gaining clarity about some type of involvement here, they're gaining this clarity because there's a position of sneakiness that someone played. And that's what they're gaining clarity around. How someone else was being sneaky about something. Okay? There's something of skill mastery. It could be spiritual development, heightened sensitivities, even psychic awareness. But like this skill development thing, okay? That is like the bigger picture. Maybe like divine feminine whole time, divine feminine was working on her spiritual attributes. And it seems like somebody would have tried to frame divine feminine for shady work. As in like misleading people, or she's not who she claims to be, or something of that nature. But these are like energies of people that have tried to play this part though against divine feminine. And they were doing this because of this third party or this family here. Whoever this family is that blocked the divine feminine, they were grouped together to kind of create this community or this coven to kind of make her feel like she was not doing the right thing, or like she was coming from a place of hurt, or she's unhealed, or something of the nature here, okay? Something significant about lovers here. Somebody just did not want to reciprocate their love here. Somebody could be in their head obsessing. It could be karma here. The karma is for them to obsess about the situation at hand, okay? There's something about legalities here, all right? These legalities feel like, so this family feels like whatever was done, it was unfair. That's what the change in perspective is, I guess. It was unfair. And it's like, it's crazy because it's like given this narrative where they've tried to block an important part. They've tried to block the equalizing factor of an important part here. For some of you, this could be about work. Yeah, I said that. This could be about work. If divine feminine didn't qualify for a certain position, or if she wasn't something about her stability even. So somebody wanted to pass something off as like inspiration, but they're realizing that something could have came off as very hasty, even vampiric. Okay, back to this position download. A third party or family or something was playing this position of I would say a flying monkey. Okay, there's like a flying monkey. It wasn't inspiration. Someone was like fishing for information or doing some type of game stalking or some type of tactic to disposition divine feminine. Thank you. And yeah, and to kind of disrupt some form of incoming abundance or collaboration or something of the nature, and they tried to pass it off as inspiration or whatever. But these are like projections here, because whatever this is here, like, they didn't really know what they were coming up against. Someone may see the bigger picture here of like a family legacy, because I wanted to say something may have had to do with the house here, because this house energy is up here really tough. Okay, something may have had something to do with the house in a way of like a legacy here. Like, people could be seeing what the bigger motive was or what the bigger picture of something was. And if I'm talking about perspective change and mindset, somebody's mindset just wasn't there, honey. Somebody's mindset just wasn't there. So like these third parties or these family members or something of the nature, they tried to come up against something that is like something that is like rooted in assets. Because what they're realizing here is that someone was practicing some form of skill development along the way to be able to get to this Ace of Pentacles. And this Ace of Pentacles may have had something to do with investing in something or doing something that could create something bigger. You know what I'm saying? So there had to have been an orchestration of design, of closing out some form of cycles, or blocking certain people out and things of that nature. Okay, so that's kind of what is being realized here. Like, this is, we're talking about like actual value being realized. Okay, crazy stuff here. And perspective wise, someone just was not there. And that could be what this is here, being closely circulated around someone's job or what they do or who they are spiritually or whatever with divine feminine. Because what someone is feeling right now is that they've fumbled this opportunity to build up on some type of stability or to be able to create some type of long-term satisfaction for themselves. And so that's why somebody wishes they would have never gotten involved, because something is a lot bigger than what it seemed to be on the surface here. So there's a lot of lessons going on here, like a lot of lessons. And it's like, these people are blocked. So if they did try to put divine feminine on the opposite side of the fence here, these people are now blocked from this investment or success or whatever. Like, they can't create it for themselves now, because what the bigger picture of it was to have like the agreement of teamwork. Okay, confirmation here. Because in the past, someone was kind of used to using their power, misuse of power, to gain success with things here, and that's what's being exposed. Someone could be while someone is hurting, it's like they're hurting and also being exposed for who they are and what they've done and what type of person they are here as well. And for some of you, this could have been involving some people you knew from childhood, even. Some people from childhood, some investments, you know, some things that just were going on for a while that was supposed to have been in between trusted members of something, you know. So there's been a huge cycle here. Time is up. It's like someone wanted to either play it off, or they were hoping to kind of manifest forward a window of opportunity to be able to fix something, but there's nothing they can do to fix it. Somebody could have been trying to send some type of telepathic communication to Divine Feminine. And it was supposed to get her to lead back to them. But it never made it. It never made it. There's a psychic awareness or a psychic triggering that took place within this as well. And it could have been mostly for the Divine Feminine here. There is an ordainment of a new journey that took place around letting go of burdens. So these people are just a big hunk of weight. They're like in despair here and wanting to do better, but it's like not doing anything for the situation, because the parts that they played here were really, you know, kind of reap what you sow energy, okay? This is a strong revelation here. A really strong revelation. It's like it's all clicking, it's all making sense. So people are trying to change their outlook or their perspective, but it's not going to do anything, because time is up now, and all the tricks, schemes, plots, and plans that were supposed to lead somebody to this pinnacle here, it didn't get them nowhere. Somebody could be hiding that they're stuck in one spot, or somebody could be exposing how someone is stuck in one spot. And they could be doing it through communication or sabotage or something of the nature. Yeah, whoa. Got that return to sender up here on that. Plans, plots, lies, tricks, and schemes. The plan didn't plan how it planned through. That's what that was, honey. The plan didn't plan how it planned through. Let's see here. I want to get... Because I want to see... Because this community energy is out here really, really tough. Yeah. This could be about a legacy. There's the legacy card, okay? Parenthood and legacy here. Somebody could have realized that they messed up their children's assets or their children's ability to be wealthy or generationally well off with this, okay? because they could have cut or made differences in something when it came to their children. And we've got an inheritance correction, honey. Wow. They could have cut one of their children out of something, or they could have even tried to replace someone's position, is what I just heard. Yeah, okay. In this energy, this could have been a practitioner or someone that could have been paid to do some type of hasty work, or a false prophet even. Somebody could have been being misguided by a false prophet to orchestrate something a certain way. And like this whole narrative is kind of blowing up, and somebody is trying to hurry up and change their perspective because they think that's going to help the situation not get any worse than what it is here, okay? Yeah, again with somebody trying to pass something off as inspiration, and that's not what it was. Or, yeah, inspiration? Like, okay. It was complete, like, it was a sabotaging plot or something of the nature against a divine feminine's spiritual insights and skill sets. It was complete sabotage here, just to be able to cut the divine feminine out of some type of plan here, okay? This third party energy, or this family, or whatever this is here, they don't really know what to do now, because the situation is really it's really out of place at this point. It's like deeply out of place. Yeah, someone is having regrets here. There we go. They regret listening to whoever this is or whatever this was to lead them a certain way here. And if this is like a third party and they are lacking direction or lacking the confidence to have the integrity to do what's right, even, because that's what it feels like. Is like maybe even someone needs to begin to navigate on their own truth, or freeing themselves from whatever it was they affiliated themselves with. Because whatever this is here, like literally their hands are dirty here. Like they've got their hands dirty with this. Yep, because they're realizing here that the motive was to sabotage someone, to devote themselves into some form of exhaustion or some form of debt, even energetic debt, financial debt, loss of assets, just the whole thing here. Yeah. And someone is regretting their dishonesty, their disloyalty. They're regretting there's some type of false promise or something that could have been made about this bet or whatever this was here. And somebody is like regretting this really bad here. Whatever this distortion energy is as well, is like whatever they were trying to paint the divine feminine out as is what their energy is. And I feel like that's probably why they could have riled up a community of people, or tried to get people that were, the closest to be involved or to help out or whatever this is. Because it's like they're not really truly set up in life, or set up in a position to inherit or to take on whatever this role is. Okay, crown upside down, honey. Crown upside down. Yeah, somebody is going through a transition, or they're going through some some boomerang effect here. What you put out, you get back. Okay? Yeah, there we go. So divine feminine, the real divine feminine, has outgrew something that people kept targeting, or outgrew the nature of the betrayal or something. Because for all I care, this could have been something that was going on for a couple years or a couple decades even. All right, so it's like divine feminine has outgrew the nature of the timeline of all these ritualistic betrayals and sabotaging schemes and plots and everything of the nature here. And so to kind of block divine feminine, put her on the opposite side of the fence, and to make her feel ostracized or alone here was the wrong thing to do, because divine feminine had became aligned and divinely orchestrated to open up her side of fairness here, which will really be about tipping the scales and reversing karma. So that's a big one right there. Nobody saw this coming. So the third party was kind of misjudging. They were kind of misjudging off of, you know, if divine feminine was hidden in plain sight, honey. And whoever this practitioner is, or whatever this is here, they had not done their research here. So it's like now it's turned into a thing where confirmation, okay, ancestors come through. It's kind of this thing where surrendering is the only option. Surrendering is the only option here. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, something could have been about finances, perspective changing and everything of that nature. Somebody is realizing that their energy or their energetic ritual or their energetic cycle is like exhausting or draining, or it's not abundant, or it's not giving them a return on their investment the way that they thought here, by excluding a divine feminine or denouncing her, or trying to even, I would even say, because this is giving like borderline destiny swap, honey. But yeah, they're not getting what they thought. It's like they've got themselves tied up in something where they are misaligned here. Do you see these scissors here getting ready to cut these threads of fate? And then you see behind there are the puppets here. They're misaligned. All these people are misaligned. Yeah. Because it seems like someone was trying to get into something that was not. They made a sacrifice to something, and now they're reflecting on their decisions here, because they're trying to find a way out, or they don't want to be involved. Like I was saying, somebody don't want to be in it no more. They don't want to be involved. And they took a loss here. Ooh, spirit. They took a loss. So that's what their awareness is. That's what they're obsessing over. They lost. They lost. And maybe the loss is even losing an asset. So while they were like fumbling around and trying to make sure divine feminine couldn't retrieve or become part of you know, the abundance or whatever, they just completely lost it. Completely lost the opportunity, completely lost everything about it, the contract and everything, because the wrong person was in charge. So divine feminine has outgrew some type of betrayal type of energy here, okay? And it's like somebody wanted to try to get away with masquerading a false narrative about themselves, but it was built up off of sabotaging divine feminine or boosting their ego to hide the deed or the opportunity from divine feminine here. And the doorway is completely closed for someone here. For some, this could be about a relationship even too, or a relationship ended over an asset or over some type of lies or family drama that got revealed in the midst of all of this, okay? Yeah. So like somebody's wishing they would have accepted help. They're wishing they would have accepted help. Yeah, they wish they would have accepted help. The help that they tried to get from these community or these third parties, it wasn't aligned. It wasn't what they thought it would be. So somebody could really be trying to find help. Somebody could be trying to find help to get them out of whatever this cycle is. So it's like one cycle closed and another cycle stayed open, and somebody tried to continue to resuscitate or to extract from an expired timeline because they refused to change their perspective about the way that something was going or the way that something was set up here. All right? Yeah. Somebody's permanently asleep here. Whoa, spirit. Somebody's permanently asleep. Yeah. We're going to end that off right there, honey, okay? I hope you guys enjoyed this message. If this message suited you well, please like, share, and subscribe. But other than that, that's all I got for you guys. Later, babes.